Okay, and last time we stopped, we had just gotten here to this bonfire in the depths. So we're going to go ahead and press forward. We're sitting on 5,000 souls. Let's double check, make sure what we need for our next level up. We need 6,200. So maybe we can get a level up real quick. More than likely. So there's 61. Let's use the lesser. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that level up. We're at 800 health now. We want to be at about 1,000. It seems to be my tipping point, where I feel most comfortable at. So now let's progress forward. I'll slash these boxes. There is a drop right here with this ladder. We will want to remember that, but the door underneath here is currently locked. You can only open it from the other side. So we'll have to come back later. So let's take care of these rats. Get our item. As we progress through these boxes up ahead, you gotta be careful, because many of them are going to be traps with rats inside. Oop. Okay. We can pick up the chamber key. If we didn't already have it, that's the key that is used to open access to that bonfire. Because we had the master key, we gained access early. So here we have a fog door. This is not the boss room. This is, however, somewhere we need to be careful. We're gonna have some giant rats come attack. And a chandler. So we'll drop the chandler first. Get the rat next. See if we can lure some of the other rats onto the stairs. Oh. Okay. Over here there's an item, but these boxes are going to crash open. So let's go around them. Those ones won't, but here's our item. Large titanite shards. And we're going to need those for our future upgrades to get from 5 to 10. Now over this way there's a hole, so we want to come around this direction. He's actually luring us towards a hole as well. Dash, thrust. Get those souls. There's another hole here you gotta be careful for. Now this part of the room. There are two ways into this room. There's the way we are currently coming in from the sewers, and there's a small hidden drop behind where the butcher used to be. But the thing about this room that you gotta be careful for is the giant rat. So thankfully though you can kite the rat into attacking and then just deal with him at the doorway. It'll take a few attempts to actually get him where you want him though. Nope. Gotta stop smacking that wall. Thankfully, this is an enemy that only appears once. So if you want to do the risky route, you can. Here I'm doing it, but it's probably going to get me killed. There we go. Now there is a difference in the approach. If you go up top, you'll have access to that ledge. You can just safely shoot him with bow and arrows. Additionally, there's a item over in that corner that you can only get to if you do the drop. It is a spider shield. It has high resistances. So, worth taking if you're going after it. As you can see, we're on the other side where we started. There's that door with the ladder that we mentioned previously. So now, we're going to want to advance over here. And as we advance here, this is critical, you'll want to stick to this side. As we drop down, hug that wall. There's a nice little platform there. The reason you want to do that is it gains you quick access to the back side of that door. So that's where the rat was, that's where our ladder is. Just quickly come up. And there we are, bonfire. So I'll go ahead and rest. Won't have nearly the souls needed to level up. Oh, we just got a free Estus flask. Always wonderful. Okay. So we will want to advance down here. Oh, got a rat. I'm going to advance up ahead. There's a third rat around the corner. Raise our shield just in case any of these are rat traps. We are in human form, so we might get invaded by Kirk. I don't remember where that is. We are in Basilisk territory. Oh, there's Kirk. So where's Kirk coming from? There he is. Nope. Womp. 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 Ow. Go ahead and heal up. Womp. 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 I thought we were going to get the riposte. Heal up. There we go. And courtesy of our fight with him, we now picked up his shield. So Kirk has some unique gear that you can earn, but you have to fight him on each one of his encounters before you kill the associated area boss. We need to be a little careful here, because these basilisk enemies can curse us with that little fog breath attack. There's quite a bit of them right here. So they will come out up this side, typically. Let's get the drop attack. Drop at least a few of them. Thankfully our katana's got some pretty good reach, so we can hit both of them at the same time. But still sounds like we got a few of them. So that should do it. These two areas are linked, so that's handy. Get some free souls. Here's some guys that are cursed. And I think there's an item around this way if you're willing to make the jump. I'm not so good at the platforming side, so I'm going to ignore it myself. And here's this ring, the ring of the evil eye. It's a pretty handy ring to have. I'll go ahead and show it. The strength of the evil eye does not waver, and the HP is absorbed from fallen enemies. So every time we kill someone, or even a little monster, we'll gain back some HP from it. So a good way to supplement your Estus count. But you gotta stay on your feet and keep killing. That should complete that part of the sewers. So now we're sitting on 12,000 souls. Let's go ahead, head back up this direction. We'll go hit up the bonfire, cash in on our souls. No reason not to, we're right at the next boss. So let's make sure can't kindle further without the secret right. Okay. So let's level up. We should be able to get 2 of them if I pop my souls. So let's take HP, because our dexterity is still at a comfortable level. Gonna need 1600. Okay, there's 1,000. And I'm going to pop just one of these. There are 5, but I don't know how much I get per. Oh, I get 800. It's a good thing. So let's take an extra little bit of health. So that puts us at 878. I think if it's the same formula as Dark Souls 3, to get to 1000 HP is 27 vitality. So we'll definitely want to get that to those next 4 level ups to get to a comfortable level. And we can start focusing on either getting our stamina a little bit more up, or even raising our dexterity so that we keep doing more damage with our katana. The katana for me is actually a fun weapon, because I've actually never used a katana for a playthrough, so I'm kind of learning as I go on this. So we'll just ignore the enemies pretty much. These rats can be a problem, so I am going to drop them. And this guy right here can be a problem, because I do want to showcase something. Inside here, we'll need to talk to this merchant. So we can purchase some items. If you have gold, don't have gold pine resins, he can sell them for you, and it's great, especially for this fight. So since I don't want to make him mad and I don't really have anything, I'll buy one arrow. That way I don't get the exit without buying anything dialogue.
Thank you. That was a fine trade. I have this funny feeling we'll make another fine trade.
So, yeah, I only bought one arrow from the dude, but it's at least better than nothing. So that door over there we should hopefully be accessing soon. Leads to the next area. But in order to open that door, we need to first kill the area boss. I don't think there's anything ahead. Nope. So we'll wrap around. I think there's something over here, but it's been a while. Fantastic message there. Maybe it's over here. Nope. Maybe there's not an item at all. Maybe I'm confused. Hey, there is an item. Okay. Just looking in the wrong spot. Now here, you can see our ever-friendly chap, Solaire of Astora. So let's summon up Solaire. Hey Solaire buddy, how's it going? Let's see our glorious Sunbro enter the scene. Wish it were like Dark Souls 3 where that was enough to learn the gesture. That would be fantastic. Alright. So here we go. This is the next boss, the Gaping Dragon. By and large, you want to stay out of its way. It will use a forward crawling attack that if you're caught in it, it will kill you. It also has a huge mouth that will chomp down on the ground. You want to watch for that. It can throw up poison or some other acid junk all over the ground. Stay out of that. It spins, it hurts. This is another one of those fights where there's an optional action you can take. You can chop its tail off. So I'm going to be focusing on chopping its tail off so that we can earn the boss weapon for doing so. So let's go ahead and enter this fight. It will take bonus damage from a pine resin if you have one. So I'll go ahead and skip though. Oh, I can't skip the cutscene. Oh, now I can. And there's the Gaping Dragon in all its glory. There's that forward crawl I was talking about that you gotta watch for. I'm going to attack here. Keep attacking its tail. Get the Dragon King Great Axe. That is a critical weapon to have. So you definitely, if you're able to get it, go for it. Oh, careful, don't want to be in the front. If you've got to be in the front, go ahead and kite it and dash it around. Because that's what happens in the front. Our buddy Solaire is taking all the heat. So as you can notice, it repositions. By the way, when we bring in Solaire, it actually does raise the HP of the dragon to make it more difficult since there are two people trying to kill it. So if it seems too hard with Solaire, you can go a little alone, because the game actually is making it harder to counteract. Oh, okay. Ouch. 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 I might be dead. Oh, it's gonna vomit. And I can't escape the vomit. Good. Oh, Solaire was killed. No, Solaire, no! In some ways that's actually pretty bad. Oops. Because now we don't have a distraction. So we're gonna have to play it safe. Look for the openings that it'll create. Don't get too greedy. Oh, losing my camera. Uh-oh. Not a good spot. Hands are starting to get a little sweaty. Losing grip on the controller. That's what you want to wait for. It'll probably do its crawl forward here in a second. Need stamina. Need more stamina. Alright, there we go. There's the gaping dragon. So we got the Blighttown key. Let's give a nice victory. Hoorah! A shout of hip hip hooray for victory. So now we're sitting on quite the number of souls. Let's go ahead. Do I have Homeward Bone? I have 3. So we'll go ahead and use the Homeward Bone to get back to the bonfire, because it does take a little bit of time. And I'll save that time. Let's go ahead and level up. So if it is 27, we should get it the next time we level up. Doesn't seem like a stretch, but it might be 28 because that is 30 HP in one level. That would be a little high, but we're at least really close now. So that's good. We do want to have a decent pool of health to rely on. I don't have the toolbox to fix my tools or repair my weapons. So hopefully this isn't... Oh, its durability is at 28. It's starting to get low. That is something I wish I had. You can get that from the blacksmith. that's okay. Do I actually have powder? It's an alternative. No. So here we're just going to go ahead and sprint through. We'll use the Blighttown key. There's actually two different ways into Blighttown. There's this approach, but you've got to kill the gaping dragon. Oop. And there's the other way, which you can get access to from the Valley of the Drakes. Oh, didn't dodge right. Let's get through these guys. We'll chug here. That message is about where I'm heading, because I need to take a flying leap off here. And there's another katana for us. We also want to drop off here, because here's our next bonfire. Since we're in human state, we'll go ahead and hit Kindle. So now this bonfire has been kindled, which is a nice bonus because we already actually had the humanity, we didn't have to consume it, and we were already in human state, which is a little uncommon. So since the guy's not trying to shoot us anymore, I'm going to go ahead and we can take a look at the Iaito. The Iaito is another one of the katanas. It's not upgraded, but I do believe they actually have different movement sets. Could be wrong. Maybe they don't. No, they do. It comes out in the strong attack. Strong attack on this one is a forward thrust, whereas strong attack on the Iaito is actually, oh, that's a forward press. Strong attack here is a forward moving slash, horizontal. So the Iaito, while handy, is nowhere near the strength of our Uchikatana, but our Uchikatana is running short on durability. So gotta be a little careful. We are about 6,000 short on level up. So let's see if we have any souls worth mentioning. These are 800 each. That's 4, that's 32. So about half, but not quite enough. So the proper way for us to advance and get down to the next area is to head down this path. We're going to be doing a little bit of platforming because we are trying to get down into the base of the swamp. And Blighttown is notorious for all of its poisons, difficult platforming sections that if you're not paying attention you'll fall off. Oh, and my game has decided to lag, so please bear with me as it catches up. Hopefully the game doesn't actually crash. Which is unusual because it's been running at a pretty decent frame rate. So I'm a little concerned that it's lagged this way. Still hearing sound, so I don't think it's fully frozen. Any second now. There we go. Oh, and it's gonna kick me back. Well, that should be fine. Yeah, yep. Oh, looks like it did go back online, so that's fine. Although I'm a little concerned, because if it drops me here, yep. Be prepared to fight. Fire-breathing dogs. Just what everyone wanted. Ow. Ow, ow. So much pain. Let's go ahead and get our health up. I want to check how our durability is doing. Okay, it's at 26. That's not too bad, considering what we just went through. Here, I'm just wrapping around. If you got the arrows, don't do it otherwise. You can kill that weird tentacle-y thing right there, and that item there is the pyromancy power within. It is greatly worth your time, but you've got to have the arrows to actually kill that thing, because if you get close it will hurt you a lot. More than likely you will not survive the encounter. These guys are going to come up the ladder, so we'll let them. Okay. Oh, that one tried to circle around. So we can drop down this ladder here. Oh, there's this guy. Oh. Now we're toxic, so we're going to have to deal with that. Because the purple moss clump isn't good enough. You need the blooming moss clump. So we'll have to deal with constantly taking damage now, but that's fine. As long as we actually bear it in mind. You will have to heal quite a bit. But we can make do. Okay. I'm going to go over to this side here and we're going to roll off the sledge so that we can get to this item. Also, need heal. Now we can start progressing down here. Get to this ladder. Here I am going to rapidly bypass enemies. Traverse the light. Need to heal. Let's wrap up and around, catch this ladder. Drop down. Catch this ladder. Drop down. Heal up. We have 4 Estus left. Got this guy. I'm just gonna bypass him now because we need to get to the next fire. before we run out of Estus. We're starting to get low. Oh, not looking good. Nope. So, ultimately, it looks like we did get done in because we had to be a bit more hasty due to the toxic. So, we will just make our way back. Gonna go ahead and bypass these dogs. Ow. Need to wrap up and over, drop down, heal up, advance down. Go through here, catch the ladder, roll down the ladder, come round, ladder, another ladder, got some of those. Oh. Yes, my weapon is at risk, I realize. The ladder's right here. And we're gonna just go ahead. I think it's that way. Yes. Maybe. No. Nope, not that way. So this is where, if we had the rusted iron ring, it would come in handy. So we just want to get to this bonfire. So we got to it. We need a little under 4,000. So I think we might have that. Especially with these. So there's 2. This I think is 1. The other is 800. And there we have it. We get 1,001 HP. So technically it's not quite 1,000, it's actually 1,001. Okay. Still the same threshold, so that's nice to see. So with that, we've gone ahead and we've leveled up. In the back of this little cavern here, there's a few treasures. How low is my weapon durability? It's 24. But I think I'm actually taking a penalty. Or at least it's trying to warn me. Over here, we want to pick up these dragon scales. Dragon scales are an additional weapon reinforcement item. Those are used for dragon weapons, like the Dragon King Great Axe that we just picked up. Just right here. And the reason why I enjoy having the Dragon King Great Axe is that final sentence there. The axe is imbued with a mystical power to be released when held with both hands. If you use the weapon, and I can put it in both hands, this is going to take a huge hit in durability, so I'm going to have to remember this for the future. But if you hold the weapon in both hands and do a heavy attack, oh, maybe I won't be able to because I don't actually meet the specs just yet. Yep, nope, I don't meet the specs. So it's not actually going to let me do it, which is kind of understandable. Because what it'll actually do is he'll hold it up high and slam it on the ground. And it sends out a mystical shockwave that'll do magic damage to all surrounding enemies within a short radius. And you can actually use that in one of my favorite farming techniques. Once I actually get to that area of the run, I'll show you, mention it, and I'll also be putting together a video showcasing how to actually do it. So, well, I'll stick that in the Soulsborne Farming Guide section. So for now, let's go ahead. We've gotten to this bonfire. I need 1 humanity. I actually want to do 2. Because we need to reverse our hollowing state. We need to be in human form. We need to kindle. Because we are very close to the next boss. However, there's an NPC that will invade us for in human form. And we go over here. Hey, let me through. There we go. Maneater Mildred. We want to kill Mildred, because then it'll actually make her less hostile to us. And she'll actually help us out on the next boss fight. So she's got the same moveset as the butchers we fought. Oops. Ow. So I'm going to do chip damage against her. And there we have it. Oh, mosquito. So I'll also get her butcher knife. As well as a decent chunk of souls. So let's see what we need to level up. We actually only need 9,000. So let's go ahead and pop another one. Thanks to Mildred, we get another level up. That's nice. So we can raise our endurance next. That seems appropriate. We'll get a little bit more stamina, a little lighter on our feet. Also gain some additional defense points. Now we are very close. We're at 23 out of 80. That should be enough for this next fight. So let's go ahead. I'm going to forego most of the items, but if it's on our way... Ouch. If If any of the items happen to be on our way, I'll pick them up. We don't necessarily care about the poison. It's not that big of a deal. These guys with the rocks you want to watch out for. So I stick to the side here as we run around, because then they'll leave us alone. Otherwise they'll try to throw giant rocks at us. Nobody likes having giant rocks thrown at them. So we'll progress up in here, and if you haven't noticed, we're entering into a spider's lair. Quelaag's domain. So first thing, we'll go ahead and pan down to our purple moss clump. Go ahead and cure our poison. Chug an Estus, that's good enough. And swap out our rusted iron ring if we care to. No, we don't have any good rings, so it doesn't matter. We have a couple other sets we could consider, but we didn't actually pick up any of the good ones thus far, so I don't necessarily need to worry about that. We did pass up the Shadow set up in Blighttown. That is one thing that I normally would consider picking up. So I might backtrack later and get that. We'll see. But here's Maneater Mildred. She's ready to help us out against the fight. So let's summon up Mildred. Wait for the AI to respond. There we go. And now we can traverse the light. Let's take on the fight against Quelaag. Now Quelaag is going to be a giant spider sorceress combination. She will breathe fire, she will cast lava spells, and she has a flaming chaos sword. So you definitely don't want to get caught near the front of her. Because that lava also hurts a lot. And that AoE blast didn't help my health any. So let's go ahead and chug 2 Estus. I've got a 2-hand. Smack her legs. Ouch, there's that sword kicking in. Oh, I just got killed. I forgot about that AoE blast. She has a tell for it, but if you're not paying attention, it doesn't help. So let's go ahead and pop another humanity. First hollowing. That is one thing I like about the other games. After Dark Souls 1, they changed it so that you can pop humanity or its equivalent, be it a ember or a human effigy. You can actually pop them whenever and return to a human-like state or embered state, as is the case in Dark Souls 3, and immediately start using it for summoning. Dark Souls 1, you don't have that same advantage. You can only become human again at a bonfire. So, different ideas, different approach to a mechanic. I do like how 3, though, you don't necessarily have to risk being in human state. Unfortunately, now we're going to have to deal with the poison the whole time. Hopefully that'll be okay. So remember, there's an AoE blast. It will kill us. Okay. Mildred is ready for battle. I'm going to go ahead and just dash around. Pick up our souls. And honestly, Mildred is a boss. Oh, okay. I'm stuck. And I got killed because I got stuck. Fantastic. It's one of those you want to get out of the way, but you can't quite because you're underneath her. Okay. That's alright. It's just another humanity. So let's go ahead, get back to the boss room. For attempt number 3. Incidentally, if you didn't want to have to deal with the poison, the female merchant up in the undead burg, the female merchant, the one that we had to gain access to by that locked door, she will actually sell purple moss clumps. So that way you can stockpile before you come to Blighttown, if that's your thing. I'm more prone just to deal with the poison. Just a difference of approach. Okay, let's not get jumped on this time. Oh, hopefully Mildred doesn't get stuck in poison. Come on, Mildred, what you doing? Mildred seems stuck for some reason. Hey, come on. Well, at least now she's fighting. There's so much lava right now. So typically we'll let Mildred deal with aggro. Do a few hits and back off. Because Mildred is a beast, she can generally handle the boss herself. Uh-oh. We saw this before. Let's go ahead and heal up. Don't want to approach her from the side. just yet. He's got all this poison, or lava. Oh, I keep getting jumped on. It's unfortunate. And I don't think Quelaag actually has any special conditions to earn boss weapons. But there you go. Quelaag is now dead. So we'll give a nice thank you to Mildred. And finally I can pull up the menu. So we'll do a hearty hoorah. Press on our way. So let's ring the second bell of awakening. You have to pay attention to this cutscene, otherwise you're never going to know where to go. Because you'd have to remember that that is Sin's fortress, over by the blacksmith bonfire, which we desperately need to get to the blacksmith now to fix our weapon. First, we'll go down here, right here, this little wall. You can bounce through it.
Oh dear. I pray that you would.
We can speak of sorts to Quelaag here. And here's her bonfire. We can go ahead and level up. So let's go ahead and get some endurance going. That's it for that little bonfire. However, since we're already in human state, I'm going to go ahead and advance down here. This isn't necessary just yet, but I don't want to lose, since there's another bonfire right here, don't want to lose my free kindling chance. So we'll go ahead and just kindle that one more time. We'll come back to this area in the future. It isn't strictly necessary right now. So now we're going to have to backtrack through Blight Town. Because we need to get ourselves back to the Andre the blacksmith. His bonfire is the closest fire to the next area, Sin's Fortress. So lots of running, lots of backtracking. Generally speaking, this is the only part of the game where you're going to be forced to do backtracking. The next time that you have opportunity, we will have unlocked the ability to warp, which kind of makes backtracking obsolete. In at least this sense. So let's pick up some poison in Blighttown. We are going to take a different approach, traveling back home, as it were. Wait for the next ledge. And roll off. Now here I am going to go ahead and kill this guy. Weapon is definitely doing less damage. Oh, I actually needed to be up another level. So we'll let that toxic go down for a second. But I have no false illusions. We're going to end up getting toxic before this is over. Okay. Like we mentioned before, once you kill these guys once, they do stay permanently dead, which is kind of nifty. So even if you have to repeat this area, it should have significantly less hostile enemies trying to shoot you with toxic. One thing that we can't overcome, though, are these flaming dogs. They will spawn each time. So let's go ahead and heal up, do the thing we don't normally want to do. Aye, aye, aye. Have to heal now or I'm dead. Nope, we're dead. Just by sheer number. Okay. But that's okay, we're not terribly too far. Oh, I didn't rest at the fire. So, well, yes, we've got a bit more running ahead of us. But that should be okay. Let's It's not the end of the world. It's another 30 seconds to a minute backtracking through this area. And this time I'll do our due diligence just in case. We'll rest at the fire inside that one tunnel. Oh. Looks like one of the giant rock guys caught wind of us. Should be okay. So let's just run past this guy. Run past that guy. And here we go. So significantly shorter than coming back from the demon ruins. Wait for the ledge. Ladder. Other ladder. And here we are again. Technically, it looks like this guy didn't die. We'll fix that. So that guy died, but the other guys didn't. Crest shield on again. So even though I died, at least I killed him that time. Okay, so now we shouldn't have to worry about at least 2 more of those guys. I realize this is a bit more of a brute force attempt for it. But the reward does far outweigh the time spent. So hopefully this will be the last run we have to take. Because I'm honestly not sure how much more a poor katana can take. So here we go. Much better, much better. Actually, since there's no risk and those aren't any souls, I could just go over here. Let's get those. I'll just drop down. Get the Firekeeper soul, which is the thing we wanted to get. I don't think there's any other item off to the side here. I'll use that opportunity to look. Nope, that's it. And there's stuff down there, but it's neither here nor there. But we got the Firekeeper soul, which is the only part we needed. So now we can skip that little area. So let's get out of Blighttown. Realize that means we're passing on the shadow set. But that, whoop, okay, I didn't have that. But that should be fine. So let's make that jump. Go up this ladder one more time. And a ladder we've passed several times already. Let's go up this one now. Just follow it up. There's the important key we're going to need. So I will just forego these enemies. No reason to pick a fight needlessly, especially when we have other goals in mind. We're only briefly going to be in the Valley of the Drakes, because we are interested dropping down here, which leads to the New Londo ruins. And even that is just a temporary passing through. So we'll go ahead and call down the elevator. And ride it to the top. This will drop us into Firelink Shrine, as you can hear the music. We are underneath the shrine. And as you can see, we've already advanced one of the character quest lines, which unfortunately we didn't actually cover on camera. But the Firelink, or the Shrine Maiden, has actually been killed. And the bonfire is now unlit. So until we bring her back, there is nothing we can do about this bonfire. One additional NPC is now available to us, and we're going to go ahead and visit him. This one, Kingseeker Frampt.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King's chosen undead. I wish to use very well.
So I'll skip his dialogue.
I am it.
And now we've passed that along.
Chosen undead.
So now we need to go advance and get the Lord Vessel. Don't have any reason to talk to those guys. Actually, I don't have a reason to head that path. Let's take the other way. So remember him saying his friends were coming? Here are his friends.
You are. Then we've no time to. We must not. Did I arrive by the?
You look all. Times are grim. At least don't you dare. You might scare her.
So, lovely chaps. But let's head back over this way. We'll take the elevator ride up in order to gain quick access to our bonfire just outside of the blacksmith. I'll go ahead and kill these guys so that we've got some souls on us. Because I don't know if we have consumable ones or not. We are going to need some souls to fix our Uchigatana. We might be able to get our Uchigatana to +6, which would be great. But let's not be hasty yet. So let's head on down.
Why not?
So we'll give him the large ember. And let's repair our equipment. Nope, not quite enough. So let's see if I do have any. Oh yes, I've got some. So let's repair our last bit of armor. And see if we can raise the Uchigatana to +6. We're going to pick up 9 base and 8 on the bonus for 17 additional. Let's see if we can also one more. Oops, cancel. So that's 9 more on the base and 4 more, so 13. So about 30 plus attack rating increase since we last had it. So none too shabby. He still only sells Titanite shards, so we can't buy the large ones just yet. We are eventually going to need this Crest of Artorias, but it's 20,000 souls. We don't need it just yet. These, honestly, I'm going to go ahead and pop some souls. We need 2,000. Oops. Back to the items. Let's pop this. That should be 3, okay. I was thinking 4, but that's fine. So let's get the weaponsmith box, the armorsmith box, and I need... I'll pop this one here. So that we can finally get the repair box. So that way we don't necessarily need to head back to Andre each and every time that we need to fix our gear. Also now, we should be able to reinforce a weapon. So that way we could have, as we pick up new weapons in the world, we can at least get them to a plus of at least a little bit. Is that a soul problem, incidentally? Reinforced weapon. Oh yes, 10,000. So we don't have 10,000 worth. But that's okay. So our attack rating is now a 226. That's pretty respectable. So before we do the next area, I'm actually going to go down here where we killed the demon Titanite enemy. We're going to actually press on through here now into the Dark Root Garden. So this is a great little area if you're not wanting to purchase the mosses. You can just come here and farm them. And over here, hidden behind an invisible wall. Incidentally, the shiny thing here, this is where you need the Seal of Artorias. So we don't have that just yet. I'm actually going to go ahead and we'll pop a twin humanity so that we gain 2. Because I need to reverse hollowing. And we'll go ahead and kindle as well. Because this bonfire is also a critical bonfire. There are 2 bosses within short range of it. We're going to quickly do one of them. There's a path to the right here. I generally ignore it. It's got an item in there, sure, but it's also a trap. So they'll spring tons of enemies on you. If you never spring the trap, then they never will spawn. They'll always be in their state. Otherwise, they'll rush you. So I'm going to rush over here, even though this is dangerous, because I want that armor set. Now I'm going to run away scared. And I'm going to follow this path around to the side. Because I don't know how many of those stone guardians, or whatever their range is. Looks like their range is pretty far. So the stone guardians are pretty formidable by themselves. Taking 2 on at once can get me killed. We'll see how this goes. Because they also don't have... oh. Nope. I got chained by that one. So I'm just going to forego them for now. Here's the 4th one. Underneath these staircases is the enemy I'm headed for. Maybe she can help me out with these dudes. Maybe they'll all just leave us alone. Nope. So now let's see if they'll leave us alone. Because up here is our next boss fight. You want Beatrice. She will greatly help us in the fight against the Moonlight Butterfly, which is somewhere. There you are. Shield raised. Typically. It's going to shoot tons of magic at us, but that's okay. Beatrice kind of just wrecks her day. Case in point. So I mean, you could do the whole fight by yourself. The butterfly will eventually land and we can slash it. Or you could just summon Beatrice and she'll just wreck the butterfly's day. I'm of the opinion just to let Beatrice do it herself. But at the top here, Watchtower Basement Key and Divine Ember, as well as a Homeward Bone, which is very not friendly of it. That way we don't have to sit there and run back through all those enemies. So we'll just go ahead and use that, send us back to the bonfire. Let's go ahead and level up. Get some more endurance. We'll raise our stamina by 2 points, equip load by 1, and additional defense. So a solid choice in that regard. And we're actually at 17, which times 4 is 68. So we're not quite at 25% equip load, but we're starting to get there. So it looks like we're going to need another 15 level ups of our endurance, bare minimum, before we can get to fast roll, at least with this shield equipped. The shield is taking 3 weights. So even if we dropped it, I think that's 64 then. Yeah, 64. No, 56. We'd actually be close. We'd be close to having under 25% equip load. But we're not quite done in the Dark Root Garden. There's still one more enemy we want to face off against. Not quite a boss enemy, but equally just as important. So careful and watch your ledges here. We got a crystal lizard right here. That stinks. Totally missed him. Oh well. That'll be fine. So here we'll drop off. Pick up the leather set. We'll continue heading down this path. There is a Black Knight that we're going to have to face off against. This one wields a halberd. So I generally like to go ahead and get the drop on him. Go ahead and get a backstab too. Just go ahead and drop him quickly. So here we pick up the Grass Crest Shield. Arguably one of the better shields. It is not 100% physical block, but it is 95. So it is close enough to be well worth it. But its key difference, and the reason why you want it, is that final sentence there. The Grass Crest Shield is lightly imbued with magic, which slightly speeds stamina recovery. So now we get a nice little aura effect, and our character will have a faster time recovering stamina when it's expended. Let's go ahead and I'll pop one humanity here just so we can kindle this fire. This one is not necessarily as critical. But since we're sitting on a little bit of an excess at the moment, I don't necessarily mind at least taking it up one. But that is generally not a fire I would recommend taking up to 20. There's not really that many things around it. It does offer quicker access to 2 areas of the game. You can take an elevator down from it and it'll lead you to the Valley of the Drakes, or it's got this area here, but those are the only 2 things that you can directly access from it. So we're going to stick to this side. There's a fight we could do over there. We might do that a little later. Right now we don't need to. But here is the base of the tower that we opened previously. And there is our next NPC. Unfortunately for us, this one is hostile. He was wielding a giant hammer and he will try to kill us. So we're going to bait him out. As you can see, he definitely wants to kill us. Now, I'm not the best at fighting him, so I am more prone just to do the technique with the door. feeling a little courageous at the moment. Come on. Bait that attack. I've been told if you're good at parrying, you can basically destroy this guy. But I'm not that great at parrying. The only reason I have the parry timings down for the Black Knights is because you have to face off against them quite a bit. So you kind of don't have a choice against those guys. You kind of have to get good at them. But we're slowly chipping this guy down. Oop. That's twice now I've whiffed. Because I'm pretty sure if he hits me, he'll actually kill me. So let's not find out. A little dangerously close there. Oh. Almost there. Come on. There we go. So with Havel's Ring, the reason why you want that one is it will boost our maximum equip load. So as you can see there, we go from 53 to 79.5. So an increase of 26.5 points. So just that one change alone, we're now doing fast rolls. So now we should be good. We can now press on. We'll head over back to the blacksmith. I don't think we have enough souls on us to gain another level up before we press on. Oop, get up that ledge. So here we are. Back where we started. It does look like we have 2 of these and 1 of those. That's about 3,000 souls, but I don't think that's even enough. So let's take on these next 2 enemies up ahead. You need to be very careful walking in here. That raised platform is actually a pressure pad. It will spring a trap that will get you killed. However, we can use it to our advantage right here by having the enemy right there. It will actually take that free damage for us. Unfortunately, I took a little bit of it. Oop. As you can see, these enemies are a bit more on the tough side. But they're also 500 each. Ouch. So with just those 2 enemies, we've gone up 1,000 souls. There's also a soul pickup right here. So between those, we should be able to cash in and get our next level up. We will want to do that because we will be clearing the Sin's Fortress, and if you're not careful, you can easily get killed. So let's go ahead and pop those souls. Gain a little bit more endurance. And just 1 second. Okay. So for this part, I'm just going to go ahead and do some dashing. Here you got to watch the blades. These 2 are together. This guy, just want to do the shield block and then move on. By and large, just move between the blades and use your shield as you need it. So we'll go ahead and open this treasure chest, which had 2 nice large titanite shards waiting. That guy's sleeping, we can leave him alone. This guy, on the other hand, let's keep him out there. we can. Doesn't look like we can. Oop. Let's get that backstab. Hopefully we get a kickoff. Yep, we did. Awesome. So I'm going to run down here. Oh, careful. Not too fast. Interestingly, there's two of these guys waiting. See if I can get a shield bounce to knock them off. Oh. Not as easy. There we go. Press forward. Shield block. Shield block. Come on. You're right there. You're so close. Nope. We'll just get the backstab then. Okay, because we need to go talk to this guy over here. So now that we've talked to him, we can advance. The trick to this little challenge is we need to watch the rolling balls and advance only when it's safe to do so. There are a few places we can use to our advantage. I'll let the boulder do the KO. But we do want to go up here so we can get this ring. Ring of Steel Protection. Especially for this character, I'm going to go ahead and equip it. It'll boost defense against physical. As you can see, our physical defense actually goes up by 50 points. So that even though we're wearing lighter armor, we now have a more respectable amount of defense. The trade-off is we're having to use one of our ring slots to do so. Here you want to go ahead and wait. There is a pressure trap on the floor. The arrows are going to shoot from behind us. But there's an enemy right around this corner that sometimes, see if he'll actually do it. Now he's not. There we go. Oh. Get some free damage on him. Okay, gotta be careful here. Here we've already got the rolling balls that will come down this path. So let them finish, dash up. Just barely missed. So we can leave it there for now. This is another little pressure trap. So it'll fire off. Here we've got a multi-trap, multi-swing. All four of these guys are linked, so as soon as you see an opening, you make a dash. To safely get through that. There's an enemy right there. And there's an enemy at the top of those stairs. So we got 2 enemies on this one. And there's actually one around the corner there as well. So let's go ahead and get this one. Try to get him a little bit more out, so we can get that backstab. Because that backstab right now is our most reliable source of damage. So I'm also going to go ahead and advance over here so we can take on this guy. Can't quite get around him. Oh, the other guy came to play. Should be okay. Because thankfully this guy is pretty weak. Just gotta be careful. But over here, we'll get some more large Titanite shards. So that way we can upgrade our weapon again further. Here, there's an enemy right here. If you have a bow, it's a good idea to use it here. Let's see if we have one. We do have a bow. And we've got some arrows. So we'll switch out to our bow. Oh. We're not looking to kill the guy. All we're looking to do is move him. Sometimes he falls off the ledge. Looks like this time it's actually backing him up the other way. Which is unusual. So no more arrows, but that should be fine. Because at least now he shouldn't be able to shoot us. Hopefully. Because that's all you're really looking for. Because we've got one more ledge, and now would be a terrible time to die. So that where that message is actually our safe point. And advance up through the fog wall. Here, you want to go up these stairs immediately. You will want to start dashing. Go down this ledge. Because that heavy explosion is one of the giants that doesn't like the fact that you're on top of his tower. So he will do everything in his might to kill you. So it's not quite enough to level up. But we're going to go ahead and end the tutorial here, or this little portion of the playthrough run. Next time we come back, we'll go ahead and finish Sen's Fortress with the next boss, the Iron Golem. So, had a Dark Spirit invasion to finish it out. That'll be fine. We'll go ahead and I'll cut the video here. So, everyone take care. We'll see you next time. Farewell for now. Bye.